Hello, good morning students. I am Dr. Sunita Tandon from RR College Alwar. I am teaching you the unit first of Environmental Chemistry paper 3rd for MSc final. In the last 2-3 lectures, I was teaching biogeochemical cycles, and in that I have taught you carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, etc. Now today I am going to teach you phosphorus and sulfur cycles. The phosphorus cycle occurs naturally in environment as phosphate, HPO4 negative ion, and H2PO4 or soluble inorganic organic phosphates, particulate phosphate, or as mineral phosphate. Phosphate differs from other elements of the biosphere in a way that it does not form gaseous compounds at normal temperatures and pressures. Phosphates are necessary for the growth and maintenance of animal bones and teeth, while organophosphates are essential for cell division involving the production of DNA and RNA. Plants and animals derive their nutrition via energy metabolic pathways with chemicals utilizing adenosine triphosphate or ATP. Phosphate minerals are located in rocks and soil, where phosphates exist in soluble and insoluble forms. Both forms are available in soil, rocks of soil, and phosphate minerals are located there, and phosphate exists as soluble and insoluble forms. Terrestrial plants absorb inorganic phosphate salts from the soil and convert them into adenosine diphosphate ADP and ATP adenosine triphosphate. These are utilized by plants as energy carriers for their metabolic reactions. The organic phosphates are transferred to consumers and decomposers and subsequently are made available in inorganic phosphates for recycling via bacterial decomposition. Animals and plants, after their death and decay, return phosphates to the soil, which are finally converted to humus by the action of soil and soil microorganisms. Humus is the upper part of the soil, which is very fertile. Bulk of the phosphate in the soil is fixed or absorbed on the soil particles, but part of it is lost by leaching out or runoff into water reservoirs. Figure 8, we will study this in detail. In freshwater, phytoplanktons quickly absorb soluble inorganic phosphates and convert them into organophosphates. Algae and the sources of food for 200 planktons, which in turn are eaten by other aquatic animals. All these forms of life, after their decay, settle to the bottom of water. In due course, the organic waste decomposes by the action of microorganisms, releasing phosphates into the water body for recycling again. Lack of phosphorus in the soil causes soil infertility. This is important. Lack of phosphorus in the soil causes soil infertility. And to replenish the lost phosphorus, superphosphates or triple superphosphates are now being used. Because of the accelerated use of fertilizers and detergents, the phosphorus cycle is substantially affected. Phosphorus pollution has contributed to eutrophication, which reduces the dissolved oxygen in water and disrupts the natural food chains. In diagram 8 you can see the phosphorus cycle. As we have studied, rocks at the top, rocks containing phosphates phosphates and volcanoes. The eruption of volcanoes also produce phosphates. These phosphates, they by erosion reaches to the phosphate in soil. By means of erosion, rocks, withering of rocks or volcanoes, the phosphate enters into the soil, phosphate in the form of phosphate. This phosphate in soil, it reaches into deep sea and shallow sea and water reservoirs. I have told in the lecture that phosphate जो है soil में आ गई है वो deep sea में या shallow sea में और water reservoir में नीचे की तरफ बैठी रहती है और जो ये shallow water reservoir में है ये वापस कहाँ पहुँच जाती है, ये rocks containing phosphates के अंदर वापस से पहुँच जाती है. Phosphates in soils जो है इन प्लांट प्रोड्यूसर्स इनको यूज़ करते हैं एज फूड और ये एडीपी की फॉर्म में अपने अंदर रिजर्व करते हैं. कंज्यूमर्स जो हैं सॉइल जो हैं वो फॉस्फेट यूज़ करते हैं सॉइल से और डिके होने पर डिकम्पोज होकर के ये वापस सॉइल के अंदर मिल जाते हैं और वापस सॉइल में फॉस्फेट आ जाता है और ये फॉस्फेट वापस डीप सी में चला जाता है और रिजर्वायर में चला जाता है. इस तरह से हमारी ये फॉस्फोरस साइकिल कंप्लीट होती है. कंज्यूमर्स कंज्यूम करते हैं सॉइल में से, तो सॉइल में आती है रॉक से और उसके बाद में कंज्यूमर्स का डिके होने पे और फूड की तरह से प्लांट प्रोड्यूसर्स यूज़ कर लेते हैं, डिकम्पोजिसर्स यूज़ कर लेते हैं, डिकम्पोज होकर के वापस सॉइल में चली जाती है, वो सॉइल से वापस सी में चलती है. इस तरह से ये साइकिल रिपीट होती है और अपना कंप्लीट जो है ये सर्कल विश सर्कल बनाए रखते हैं. इसके साथ ही बायोजियोकेमिकल साइकिल ऑफ फॉस्फोरस कंप्लीट होती है. थैंक यू.